Alright, that last fight just leveled up two of my characters. How you doing, Mezzy? We've reached the bottom of both these trees, and this is the one that I found less appealing. Yeah. Hit rating and damage bonus. I don't attack with him much, so I haven't been going heavy on the damage bonus. Could just keep spamming vigor. Initiative probably wouldn't hurt though for the tank character, so let's grab that. There we go. So people are getting the same passives. That feels weird. They're all different classes entirely, but they keep unlocking the same passes at the same level. This seems weird to me. Do you have underworld abilities? I think it's just that. Thorns? Right? What is a 30% fear chance applied to my defense ability? How does that even work? I don't know if that would apply. Somewhat tempting to go into agility just to help with that stuff. 1% counterattack, 1% extra attack, 0.3% evasion, plus 3 initiative. It's kind of all over the place. Maybe I'll spread it between the 3 of them now. They're all helpful for what he does. And I've been underserving agility, perhaps. Campo. The damage bonus tree. Yeah, we're gonna want all of these. Let's go ahead and start grabbing those. And you also got the Dark Aura ability, which applies to Gaze of the Third Eye. That's the one that frightens people, so I guess it's 2 separate stacks of a chance to frighten people. That's pretty good. If we were in a zone where it did stuff, but soon that'll be more useful. Do I like your current ones though? Reflect some crit. Heal every turn when shapeshifted. Initiative bonus after wind skills. He has an entire tree that's bird form where none of them are wind skills. That's weird, right? So knockdown is wind and that's it. Ooh. Rage. Rage and Gaze of the Third Eye are both dark spells. So this makes a lot of sense for him. His fear spell will have an additional 30% separately calculated, probably, fear chance. And then his hit everybody in the face spell will also do it. Those are both useful. God, I have no idea where to put your stats, honestly. I'm doing more and more physical attacks, so probably some more strength. Druids are weird. They're so cross-specialized. It's a bit like that in D&D too, I believe. And that a lot of stats help druids. Although I think they really heavily rely on wisdom. Like, wisdom is a nice catch-all, because a lot of their stuff can be modified by wisdom, and like their saving throw is wisdom and stuff like that.
As a creature of illuminance, I sense the matching of light will allow us to progress from here.
Say matching the light? Am I supposed to just hit the 2 that are the same light in a row? Is this like those games where you have a bunch of cards face down and you have to try to turn over the 2 that are the same thing in a row? And if you mess up, you have to put them back down. Control lights.
It's moving with each step we take.
The lights, they move as we do.
Oh, do I have to get them to touch those portals? Gotcha.
Incredible. By completing this task, I feel somehow more complete myself.
I was trying to attach them to themselves. Make the two that were the same match at first. But no, we're supposed to make the lights go into the portals, basically. Alright. Baba is you has trained me for that kind of movement. I'm in the middle of using that stuff all the time. We're on our way to getting those boots, which we need for the lightning place. Bram, bram. Wow, that's actually a reasonably strong counterattack. Bram, bram. Bram, bram. And never underestimate the power of AoE. Spellcaster's back, so let's help her do this. Now I gotta focus on my unkillable tank man, who has just an impossible amount of health. Let's get yours back up. There we go. No, they're all low. Let's just rest. This should take care of them. Yep.
Abracadabra.
120 damage. It's a busby. That's apparently a type of hat. These are some long hallways I'm going a little fast through. I'm hopefully not missing like random loot.
Dragon head death traps in the castles you built, Keller?
Many dragon heads like this. None designed for lethal means. Though I must admit, the design makes for a remarkable architectural achievement.
Pardon me while I choose to instead admire the pretty colors that likely have something to do with getting us out of this.
I missed that thing catching up to me. There's a lot of directions to watch out for at the same time. Gotta be careful. Hi. Ow. Walk directly into that. Still kind of trying to tell if there's a puzzle
Why
here.
aren't you matching the colors? Even I know this one.
Oh. I think they might have mentioned that a moment ago. I was a little distracted by the everything killing me. So I was trying to see whether or not I'm supposed to just navigate the room or if it's a puzzle. Okay, so if I want to match the colors, there must be a way to interact with this stuff. Ow, stop it. God, this is unfollowable. Ah! That wants purple. White. Blue. Red. Is it safe here? I think it's one of the few places where it's safe. Okay. Oh, the feather. There we go. Ow. Damn it. It's the wrong row, I think. Okay, we have fire. Bring me the ice. Is something wrong? I think the purple hit me from behind in the wrong direction, so I lost it.
time.
Nah.
Match the colors.
Ow. Not nice. Nope, we're out of energy. That's fixable. I think it's currently in a safe spot where nothing will hit it besides what's already on it. Okay, so let's check the other side. It needs lightning. Which comes from... Oh no, I think it needs ice. It basically needs to go into the wall. Why? I think I intercepted it midair and it went into the purple. Fix it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah.
I do love the sound of a door opening slowly and noisily. It almost means something good awaits us on the other side.
Or it's a huge monster we didn't know existed about to reveal itself.
Yay.
Yes, and often both.
How exciting. I think I'll keep that one closed. Oh. Maybe I'll take it with me. It seems that this puzzle's deactivated. The threat. So I can just take it with me in case it comes up later, which probably not, but you know. Ain't no inventory cap in this game. Hello, weird boots.
See? Something good.
A perfect fit, too.
Only one of us needs to wear it. Its magic will make all companions just as swift of foot.
Convenient. Now, let's walk through that portal and find that axe.
A humble suggestion before we step through. Don't forget that treasure.
Convenience, one word for that, yeah. Boots that magically apply to an entire party. Nimble boots. I have to hand it to whatever godlings designed the nimble boots. They really went above and beyond what they needed to do. This footwear not only speeds up whoever's wearing it, it also allows anyone nearby to share in its power. Without that nifty added feature, we'd all be impaled on copper forest traps by now. And they leveled up. Boop. How you doing? Yeah, there's the perfect strike. And the bleed. Let's get the big scary attack. Which I need to make space for. So stun for 3 turns with a low chance of success. Or the grueling blow, which makes them sleep. I think stunning is better than sleeping, because I think sleeping people get woken up. Might as well keep the summon and the heal. Madden will come back to being useful at some point. Or at least we hope so. And I've got this dark underworld ability. Not dark. You have yours. She does have 3: Crush, Summon Underworld, and Voice from the Deep. I would imagine that the 30% chance of fearing applies to when you actually hit somebody, though, which means I don't think this would affect them. But this would be nice. 30% fear on top of your 50% fear. Well, 30% fear on top of your 50% Madden. That has a purpose. Do I have one I don't care about? I really like Energize. There's me being tankier whenever I summon. Dark Aura might be a little better than that. It's a little bit of a toss-up. You have so much strength. Kind of finding myself to be in favor of the idea of tossing up my stats a bit. Trying a little variety here and there. Iz sees it as just an improvement across the board. I suppose so. It does use some spells. It's intelligence and agility, so it's a bunch of points overall. It's probably worth it. I don't think I want to lose the 15 attack. Alright, one more thing. Slow down the surroundings to move faster than anything that gets in your way. So it's the ability to pause time so I can get through a trap. And there's Hadur again. Nice. Oh, it's the same chainmail he's wearing right now. No way. Oh, Hadur, not Gonso. This is a strength set. Fire resist, vigor, damage reflect, strength, and fire resistance. I think that's fire resistance immunity is what it says. But also 50% of all fire damage taken is converted into energy. Which is great for your tanking character, potentially. How does this compare for you? Tanking-wise, it's a slight downgrade. It's a slight downgrade in a few ways right now, but once I get 2 of the pieces, it'll probably be an improvement. Maybe wait off until then. Hadur, the Firesmith King. I've officially met a god now. That happened. I guess I finally believe in them. If you ask a Taltos or other devotee to the old faith, Hadur's title is the Firesmith King, as he's the one known for forging the mightiest weapons and armor ever to drop down to Operencia. The Sword of Attila itself, for example. We common folk refer to him by another phrase, however, the God of War. I can't say for certain whether or not praying to him before battle actually earns his favor. I'm frankly too intimidated in his presence to ask, but I can certainly see the argument for it. Couldn't hurt, right? There's just something about his persona, unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I've never felt such an odd mix of intimidation and comfort. Those two sensations acting together really make no sense. I know. You just have to meet Hadur for yourself to understand. As the youngest of 3 brothers, his copper forest is likely a less impressive sight than the forest of gold and silver held by his older siblings, but you know what? I'd take it. The Garaboncius order. Garaboncius order. I'll take what we can. Well, I'll be damned. The Garaboncius. I'm getting worse. The Garaboncius order is real. More than 5 decades in Operencia, doubting their existence, and along comes Kayla's old friend from work, Boldazar, claiming to be part of the whole thing, and showing it. He certainly fits the stories I've heard over the years. Always reading from a book of magic, dressed in black, claiming everything he does is for the good of us all, even if it's obviously going to kill most of us. Stupid mask. I'll give the Order the benefit of the doubt and not refer to them as evil, at least for now. But when you compare them to the Taltos, equally nutty, but with a more obvious sense of good in their hearts, it's hard not to see them as pure creatures of darkness. Perhaps creatures is too harsh a word. That suggests they come from the underworld, which they do not. I suppose if given the opportunity, I myself could have become a Garaboncius, as it's a learned gift, not a born one as the Taltos are. The process they go through to join the Order, though? Insane. At some demented academy in the far reaches of Operencia, a class of 13 trains for years in 13 unique disciplines, each eventually earning their own magic book. Baldassar has one. It's said only 12 of those 13 students actually graduate, however. They all attach themselves to a large wheel that spins over a pit, and the lucky one to fall in not only gets to die, but also has whatever power he did possess dispersed into everyone else. That said, something strikes me as very different about our friend Baldassar. With all those years he spent working with Kayla, I don't know how he joined the Order in the traditional manner. Perhaps a dragon was involved. It is said the Garaboncius have a special relationship with them, and we did see that Baldassar summon such a creature. All the more reason to avoid him moving forward. Did I read these already? I might have read that already. They felt familiar. But they are marked as being unread. Sometimes similar territory is covered between different articles, and also sometimes the characters say similar stuff. Like in the very first chapter in particular, they straight up told the entire story almost verbatim that I had just finished reading. So maybe that's why I feel like I read it already, or maybe it just genuinely, maybe it just didn't quite save that I had read that already or something. Who knows? There's the lightning. You know what? I should really rest.
Get your gold ready. New stock has arrived.
I actually don't need to rest. Everyone's doing fine, but I should save maybe after I visit the place. Cauldron? A new puzzle. There's a puzzle. Stuns your enemy for 3 turns. 75% chance of success. Oh boy. The sedative ingredient is the most important. Healing the least. See, I don't like when you say stuff like that because I don't know if that means what I think it means. Are you saying that sedative... Are you saying sedative is first and healing is last? How do you gauge importance? The root should come right in front of the fungus, then put in the crop. The petal is not last. So it's probably first, given that what we just said. Root, fungus, crop. The petal is not the last. It does not come from the field, but is followed by a poisonous plant. The poison's after petal. The antibiotic ingredient comes from the waterfront. So antibiotic, waterfront. The poisonous one from the mountain. The petal is not from the field, so it's from the woodland, and the crop is from the field. There we go. So yeah, importance refers to the order, apparently.
I see what you're looking at. Go ahead. Buy it.
I don't even see what I'm looking at yet. 20% energy. What does her thing currently do? 16% energy, and that's about it. So that's an upgrade.
will it be this time?
How expensive is it?
Armor?
It ain't cheap. Is it worth buying? I don't know if it's worth it. It's only a 4% energy increase and it's almost 20 grand. I feel like I'll just get something better before long. It'll kind of defeat the purpose. Calms down the stomach and removes the effects of all poisons. Might as well just learn recipes. Daphne's dust. Troll's blood. They're cheap enough. And you never know when that particular niche might become necessary. Let's do some logic puzzles. Removes all dot status. I know what that means, but I would not necessarily just assume people know what that means, game. It means damage over time. It's a MMORPG term, basically, as people call things dots. Yeah. Generally speaking, that should not be in a tooltip for a game. It should not actually say dot. That should be user slang, not game terminology, unless they explain it, which they did not. But if you're explaining it, you probably don't need to use the acronym in the first place, because you've already explained it now. And that would be extra redundant. You should throw in the petals somewhere before the root but after the fungus. The second ingredient is a poisonous woodland plant. Poison. Woodland. The plant needed after the field petal has healing properties and hails from the mountain region. Okay. Well, it's after the field petal. So, I guess this is the field petal, because this is the only sequence of 2 consecutive ones that could be around. Has healing properties and hails from the mountain. First use a sedative, but not an antibiotic for last. That's really strangely phrased. The crop you need it to use is not the first to fall into the cauldron. You should throw the petal in somewhere before the root but after the fungus. So before the root. The crop is not the first. Fungus. Waterfront. Ta-da! So that removes all damage over time. Daphne's dust does poison damage for 3 turns. You cannot leave the fungus last, which comes before the second crop. You can't have more than one of anything, so what do you mean by second crop? But if he means the crop goes second, then why would you say that the fungus can't be last? Saying you cannot leave it for last is really pointless if you're gonna then immediately say it comes before something, because then of course it's not last. I guess it's gonna go fungus crop. The sedative properties of a root will come in handy this time as well, but don't use the field version. Obviously, the poisonous property is the most important, which comes from a mountain plant. So poison first, then mountain. You won't need any healing or waterfront ingredients. So sedative, poison, and healing. Or sedative, antibiotic, and poison. Because you wouldn't put healing in your poison, that'd be weird. So poison first. The sedative properties of a root. So that's where the sedative goes. You won't use waterfront at all. And don't use the field version, so woodland. So then antibiotic, and then field. Boom! I got you figured out.